Fersan in the Field, Real Issues, Real Solutions is brought to you by Newport-Fersan, Jamaica Limited, the first on the land.
Time now for Fersan in the Field, Real Issues, Real Solutions. And of course, it is that time of year when we're celebrating our farmers across the length and breadth of the island. Of course, on this show, we celebrate them all the time. But nationally, there is this month that is set aside to celebrate our farmers. And that's where we're heading with conversation this morning with Newport-Fersan, Jamaica Limited, specifically Denton Alvaranga, Sales Manager. Good morning, Denton. How are you?
Good morning, Althea, and good morning to all our listeners. And of course, it's a good day, Althea. It's April, it's Farmers Month. It's a good time.
I tell you, and our farmers, they are doing a magnificent job despite the odds that are stacked very heavily against them, Denton. Certainly climate change over the last, I would say, 10 or so years would have been wreaking havoc, and yet the farmers continue to press on. And no doubt you have a lot to share with them over this month. But before you jump into the specials for the month, let me just touch a little bit on yesterday. I would imagine that your team would have been on the grounds at the two major agricultural shows organized by the Jamaica Agricultural Society, as well as the horticultural show in Black River. How did that pan out for you all?
Well, yes, it was a busy day for us. It was also a very productive time. We had teams dispatched at all these events, Montpellier and St. James, grazing in St. Mary, and also at the horticultural show in Black River. It was a very productive day. We had a lot of meaningful engagement, and of course, any time spent with farmers is always a worthwhile time that we spent.
Definitely. Denton, we have certainly been seeing a greater interest in horticulture in this country, and I would imagine that is part of the reason you had to have a team on the ground in Black River. But one of the things that I've noticed as well is that it seems to me that some of the diseases, some of the pests that are impacting our main agricultural crops, those pests are also impacting our horticultural produce as well, right?
That is also true. So similar to crops, our horticultural plants, whether it be orchids, roses, whether it be whatever plants that you use for aesthetic purposes, they also are exposed to pests and to diseases and also adverse conditions. So yes, they also apply a number of the challenges that we experience in mainstream agriculture. Yes, they are pretty much similar. And also applicable to the Horticultural Society as well.
All right, Denton. And no, I would imagine that farmers, horticulturalists, they come to you for the different blends that they need because, of course, with your precise nutrient management system, you're able to provide for them the blend that is specific to their needs. Plus, you have in your lineup other products I know that are designed to help farmers get rid of the pests too.
That is true. And just to show how important this subsector is to us, recently we launched a brand new line for orchid lovers. We know that there are many orchid enthusiasts in Jamaica. And we would have spent the time, designed and launched what we call the Orchid Max and the Orchid Premium, which is a fertilizer combination that is targeting orchids, maintenance, stimulating bloom, ensure that you have that lovely, vigorous plant that gives so many persons that sense of satisfaction. And also, we also have other lines that we have introduced, the Mega line, for example, Mega Garden, Mega Grass, for all the landscapers, the householders, just persons who want to have a beautiful green space. We also have time for you.
Excellent. And no doubt in other programs that we have with you, we will get some additional information on those. But I hear you have a special message for Farmers Month.
Of course, of course, of course. We have to seize the moment. And on that note, we want to say to our farmers that on behalf of our board of directors, our managing director, Mr. Dennis Valdez, and by extension, the staff of Newport-Fersan Jamaica Limited, we want to seize this moment in time to salute a very unique and exceptional and extraordinary, exemplary, and a dedicated group. And yes, of course, I'm speaking about the farmers of Jamaica, sometimes overlooked, sometimes not heard, and oftentimes marginalized, even though tasked with the enviable responsibility of feeding and nourishing a nation, and I must say, which they have done for decades with distinction. And this morning, today, we salute our farmers, and Newport-Fersan remains forever grateful for what we have achieved together in the past. We remain committed to the present, a commitment to quality, consistency, a commitment to service, professionalism, integrity and respect, accountability and truth. We're saying this morning to our farmers that Newport-Fersan Jamaica Limited remains committed to the continuous growth and development of a sustainable agricultural ecosystem that is socially acceptable, economically viable, and environmentally friendly. And of course, Newport-Fersan wish to extend a big thank you to the farmers of Jamaica for, one, making us your first choice for fertilizers and other agricultural inputs. It is indeed a privilege that we never take for granted. Two, the unwavering confidence that you have expressed in our products and technical services. And of course, for this, Newport-Fersan is thankful that the nation, the farming community, has trusted us and would have placed us as a pivotal partner in building a nation. And at Newport-Fersan, we say it's agriculture strong, it's industry strong, it's Jamaica strong. And on today, the start of Farmers Month, I want to say loud and clear, from the Blue Mountains to the John Crow Mountain, from Bullet Mountain to Moko Mountain, from the Veer Plains of Clarendon to the St. Dorothy Plains of St. Catherine to Pedro Plains in St. Elizabeth, to George's Plain in Westmoreland, from the hills of the Cockpit Country to the hills of St. Anne, St. Mary, St. James, and Portland, from the sweeping valleys of Lloyders Vale in St. Catherine to Agualta Vale in St. Mary, to Rio Grande and the Unity Valley in Portland, to Lucky Valley in Clarendon, to Georges Valley and Cano Valley in Manchester, to the Yellas Valley, as far as the Essex Valley in St. Elizabeth, across the length and breadth of Jamaica, to all our farmers. From Newport-Fersan, we say thank you and we salute you in this, our Farmers Month.
Very powerful message there, Denton. Thank you so very much. I know that our farmers, they appreciate the love, the care, and attention that they're getting from your organization. And you need to send me that list of mountains and valleys so I can mention them here on the program too. It speaks, though, just listening to you, volumes about the commitment that you and the team place on our farmers and on the work that they are doing. And no doubt you have lots of activities that you're going to be participating in. I don't know if you'll have enough time this morning, even though we have another segment, to share all of the activities that you are going to be focused on. I know you have a special announcement. I'm going to save that for a little bit later on. But I want to press ahead with some of the information in terms of activities that you'll be participating in over the course of this Farmers Month.
Good. So we started we started the month. We started the month with three activities. We were at the St. Mary Agricultural Show. We also were at the Montpelier Agricultural Show in St. James and the Horticultural Show in Black River, St. Elizabeth. That started off a very busy month. But we also want to seize this month to give some special attention, of course, to our farmers. And this month, for example, we'll be participating in collaboration with the 4-H clubs. That's where our young children are, our young minds, our next future farmers and agriculturists and scientists and researchers will be coming from. So on April 11th, we'll be sharing with the St. Catherine 4-H Achievement Day. We will have a team and location to interact. We'll also be at the St. Thomas 4-H Club Achievement Expo at Seaford Eye on April 12th. We'll also be at the Trelawney 4-H Parish Achievement Day. That's April 18th, 2024. We'll also be at the St. Ann Agricultural and Industrial Food Show. That will be at Port Road Sports Complex on Friday, April 26th. We also will be at the RADA Open Day, Manchester. Yes, Manchester it will be on Friday, April 26th. So it basically will be a month of a lot of trade shows, trade activities, and also our technical department is fully mobilized. We'll be having a number of farmers trading sessions and farmer interaction activities, both formal and informal, where our team of agronomists will be interacting with farmers, engaging them on issues, challenges, providing feedback, nutrient management recommendations, answering questions, burning questions that they always had but never know who to ask. So our technical and sales consultants will be very active in terms of farm store promotions, farm store interaction, interacting with customers and patrons. And I want to use this opportunity to say that there will be a lot of activities that we will be unveiling weekly. Of course, there will be prizes, surprises. There will be special sales discounts on selected items. So we want you to follow us, watch this space, follow us on our social media platform, follow us on our website, Newport-Fersan.ja.com. Follow us. Where will we be next? You may never know. It may be a farm beside you. It may be a school beside you. It may be your favorite farm store. It may be on your farm. It may be a field day. Say it. We will be there. Our team is ready. The question is, are you ready?
All right. Well, sounds as if the activities turn up, as they would say, for the month of April. Let's take the break. When we come back, more conversation with Denton Alvaranga.
You can now prevent and cure fungal diseases with Eradicate Systemic Fungicide from Newport-Fersan, Jamaica Limited. Eradicate is effective against rust in coffee, citrus, sugarcane and peanut, black and yellow cicotoca, early blight, mildews, purple blotch in onions, and other fungal diseases. Get your Eradicate at your nearest farm store or at the Newport-Fersan office, 2A2B Worry Wharf Complex. Stay in control with Eradicate.
So Farm Talk continues, and this morning we have our feature, Firsthand in the Field, Real Issues, Real Solutions, and with us this morning is Denton Alvaranga. Denton is Sales Manager for Newport-Fersan Jamaica Limited. He has outlined some of the activities in which they'll be participating over the course of this month. Of course, they'll be doing far more than he has said. Time doesn't permit him to delve deeply into much of what they will be doing, but significantly, they are engaging with the young people through the achievement days that the Jamaica 4-H Clubs is having. So they'll be with the St. Catherine 4-H Club on April 11th, St. Thomas 4-H Club on April 12th, Trelawney 4-H Club, well, the clubs, on April 18th. They will be at the Santana Agri Show on April 26th, and also on April 26th, they will have the RADA Open Day, and they'll be there at Manchester, at the Manchester Parish Office. So a whole slate of activities. Denton, overall, when you go to these achievement days for the Jamaica 4-H clubs, and you go to other activities such as the Santana Agri and Industrial Show, how does that help you to get a sense of what is happening with our farmers, with our young people who are interested in agriculture in this country?
Very good. Now, the shows usually bring together all the stakeholders along the agricultural value chain. And by interacting with the different stakeholders, in one view, you get a view of exactly the temperature, what is happening on the ground, and the different dynamics that currently exist within the sector. Of course, you will have farmers coming out. You will have, in some cases, you will have distributors, you will have retailers, you will have end users. So in one location, you have many members from the agricultural value chain in one space. So it gives you what we call a panoramic view in one shot of exactly what is happening in the industry and the interest, the buzz, the feel on the ground of what is happening in the sector.
Excellent. I want to get a little bit personal with you, Denton, because I know that you come from a family that has a very rich history in agriculture in this country. When you were younger, what prompted you to get into the sector?
Well, one was by force, to put it because I didn't have a choice.
Your father said, no, this is what I'm doing. This is what you need to do.
One wasn't I didn't have a choice. I used to end up when you have a father who is an extension officer, I used to end up getting picked up from school and ending up at a farmer training session up to 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the night. We used to end up from school, but by the end of the day, we ended up working on a booth at Denby. You know, so, and also, my father being a farmer, my grandparents being farmers, it was a space that was natural. That was natural to us. And it was a natural progression, I would say. Influence of agriculture, proud farmer, proud. We see what farmers contribute to this nation. We see the role, the importance of farmers, and it's a role that I personally I'm proud of. And if I could do it all over again, I will do it just the same.
And in terms of the path that you chose, because you chose to get into agronomy, why did you choose that path?
As I said to you, agronomy, the thing is that agronomy is a specialized area in agriculture that deals with crop plant production and also ties in all the different factors that influence agricultural production and productivity. Now, a central part of agronomy is driving productivity, that is yield per unit area. That has been for decades. While we have boasted about production, one of the areas that we continue to be lacking from historical days is the matter of productivity. And I believe that as an agronomist, this is one of the areas that I could contribute to national productivity. And that would be the main thing that I highlight, and that is also in keeping with Newport-Fersan mantra. Whatever we do, the technologies that we introduce, our precise nutrient management system, our field appraisals, our investment in a technical department, not only to sell a bag of fertilizer, but to add value to our farmer. That is what at Newport-Fersan we believe in, and that ties in with my personal conviction and motivation.
Right. Excellent. All right. So now to the announcement, because we need to give you time to make that special announcement. So I'm going to go to that. And Denton, I thank you so very much for sharing your story before you give us the announcement, because I I think more of you who are working in the sector, who have these fantastic stories to tell and speak with the passion and the energy with which you speak, need to be sharing those stories with our young people so they understand the importance of what is happening with the sector. And I'm glad you have touched on that issue of production versus productivity, because there are farmers who are doing far more on a square of land than some others are doing with an acre of land. And so that is a narrative that we need to continue. We need to strengthen the conversation surrounding it. All right, so the floor is again yours, Denton, in terms of your special announcement.
Yes, so let me say that Newport-Fersan Jamaica Limited continues to demonstrate consistency. That's the word, Alvia, consistency with its pricing policy. And that we have demonstrated that we would have adjusted prices either downwards. Over the past year, last year we reduced prices on granular fertilizers down to 22%. Before that, up to 18%. And we continue to demonstrate consistency in adjusting prices either downwards or upwards based on the dynamics of the world market. And it is on this basis that this morning, the beginning of Farmers Month, what better news to share with our farmers of Jamaica that effective today, that Tuesday, April 2nd, 2024, that's today, if my calendar is correct, Newport-Fersan will be implementing a price reduction on our granular fertilizers up to 13% on some blending. That's our way of saying to our farmers that we are not just speaking with words, but we are demonstrating by our action that we are serious about agriculture and nation building. And from the Newport-Fersan family, we're saying that we're cognizant of this responsibility that we have as a key partner in providing support to the Jamaican agricultural sector, and consequently the need to positively impact the environment in which we operate, to stimulate prosperity and enrich the lives of all Jamaicans along the value chain. And it is against this background that we are delighted to be able to offer these savings. Money saved is money that the farmer can use to do other things. So we are delighted to be able to offer these savings to the farming community, and we anticipate, we hope, that this new price reduction will bring immediate relief. It will enhance the viability and sustainability of our local agricultural sector. And what better way to say thank you to our farmers by giving them this much needed relief and savings in their pockets.
Wow. Well, on behalf of the farmers across the length and breadth of the island, let me just extend thanks to you and to the rest of the team there at Newport-Fersan Jamaica Limited. A 13% reduction on some granular fertilizers, and I know, Denton, that the farmers now will have to reach out to you all or to their farm store to find out exactly which blends on which they're getting. So it's up to 13% on granular fertilizers, and some blends of granular fertilizers, as you have pointed out. We want to make that clear. That is the big announcement from Newport-Fersan Jamaica, and you're hearing it first, and fittingly so, I think, on Farm Talk on Power 106 FM. So that is the major gift that Newport-Fersan is offering to farmers across the length and breadth of the island for Farmers Month. And what an exceptional way, Denton, to start this Farmers Month, giving back to the farmers who are giving to your business. And I would imagine that it brings you all great joy to do this.
That is true. And on that note, Althea, my parting words, I will say to all our farmers in Jamaica is that in 2024, you should not be struggling with low yields when Newport-Fersan offers a precise nutrient management program that is known to offer superior yield. What I'm saying is that no farmer in Jamaica should be struggling when Newport-Fersan offers our technical support services, our precise nutrient management system to farmers for free. This is our commitment. A commitment to quality, a commitment to accountability, a commitment to service, a commitment to integrity and honesty. Newport-Fersan is grateful to be that central partner in working with our farmers to build a nation. We say, farmers strong, industry strong, Jamaica strong.
Thank you so very much, Denton. Looking forward to our next conversation with you. And no doubt, lots of excitement to come throughout this Farmers Month.
Thank you.
All right, take care. Denton Alvaranga, Sales Manager for Newport-Fersan, Jamaica. This has been another edition of Fersan in the Field, Real Issues, Real Solutions.